You are the Father. I'm the Son. I want to know, based off what I'm about to go through, did you change your mind? I'm talking, come on. I'm talking to myself. But this is how good God is. God didn't allow himself to talk himself out of his own will to save us in spite of us. Oh, y'all got to hear me there. He wouldn't even allow himself the righteous part. Because guess what? He said, righteous, hear me out, the judgment is blood. My blood. The redemption is Christ. Right? I need to satisfy both requirements. Oh, I need to satisfy that I want to kill him, but I can't kill him because it's my blood. Okay, y'all ain't getting it. Okay. He said, what is scripture? I got to find the scripture. Steve. This is what he said. I'm going to say what he said. There's a scripture. I wrote it down. There's a scripture in the Bible. He says, no man can take my life.
That's right.
That's what he said, right? I lay it down.
That's right.
And I pick it up. There's another scripture where he says, if you turn this temple down today, I will raise it up in 3 days.
Amen.
Don't you understand that he had already spoke the resurrection before it happened? Y'all got to understand that. He had already said, we got to pay attention to the word. Y'all going to kill me, and I'm going to get back up. The resurrection hadn't even happened yet. He said, if you take this temple, he said, I lay myself down. Y'all got to read the word. And I pick myself up. Why did not Satan catch that? Because the only reason that Satan didn't catch that, because he did not disclose the information that it was God in Jesus. Because if he did, what's the use of trying to kill something that can't die? He guaranteed the victory. So now we're sitting here praising him for the death and resurrection, but the death and resurrection had happened before the death and resurrection happened. He had already said that no man can kill me. Right? Then he said, I have to play all the major roles in order for it to happen. Right? He fixed the game for your life. I dare you return back to sin. Return back to act like you don't know what it took for him to get uncomfortable. So what if you feel a little uncomfortable? He came out of the solemn of his sovereignty and said, I'm going to take all the roles. I'm going to be persecuted by somebody I created. I wish one of them kids over there from my seed slapped me in the face. Y'all might have to stop the service. Right? And I'm going to say, oh, I created them. Right? They're my seed of my seed. Right? My grandchildren. They're not going to come up here and slap the pastor in his face without judgment being presented. Come on now. God didn't allow himself to talk himself out of nothing. And I need you to recognize this today. Need you to recognize this. The ultimate goal is to live a life of sacrifice to benefit others. Mirroring Christ's ultimate sacrifice on the cross. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your personal comfort to serve those who could not pay you back. Okay? You cannot pay God back, and he served you. So if you're talking about you a child of Christ and you have a problem forgiving, you have a problem redeeming, sometimes you need to take the role yourself. Don't look for somebody else to do something that you're supposed to be doing. Right? If the Lord tells you to do something and help save somebody, don't call Betsy. You go yourself and do what he told you to do. Okay? Because he made it a win-win situation when you look into the story on how he allowed himself to be excruciated, allow himself, and here's the thing, he said the foolish things of the world. So, like I told you, Ron, you must become foolish before you become wise. That's why the gospel is not attractive to certain people. He said it's a foolish gospel. Don't nobody want to hear what Pastor's talking about. It's too foolish. And that's what he demonstrated to the devil when he came down. In the entity of Jesus, in the devil's mind, that was foolish. But like Steve said earlier, I'm going to foolishly let y'all lead me to redemption. Do you understand if they would have knew that it was God in the body and they was taking him to the cross, they would have said he ain't going to the cross today. Y'all ain't talking to me. So he knew he had to say, I'm a human. Y'all seen the Passion of Christ. He walking with thorns on him. What kind of God is that? Walking with thorns and holes on and cross on him like he a nobody and he's everybody at the same time. They walked him to the cross, put him up there. Come on, man. And they said, we got him now. And he walking looking pitiful. All the people that didn't believe, they said, Lord, he got him. They finally got him. But those in heaven was rejoicing. Oh, Lord, the angel was saying, hurry up. Hurry up and get him there. Because when you get him there, everybody, the Bible said that when he took his last breath, the grave started coming up. People in the grave start, the dead start rising. You must die to live.
That's right. That's right.
Huh? You must die to live. And he knew, and you need to know, you're not going to die. Uh-oh. You're not going to die. Will you choose to reside is your choice. But you are not going to die. Eternity in the heavens or eternity in the hell. But you are infinite being. So why should I take what the Son of God did, all the difficulties that God put himself through, and make that a miss? I absolutely not. I'd rather try and die trying, as they say, than not do nothing at all. God's redemption plan for man. I thank y'all. I hope you really thought about that. Because when I thought about the plan, I got a different perspective. And you remember something when you sitting home that he played all the roles. Oh Lord, you got to remember that now. He played all the roles. If you don't remember nothing else, he played all the roles, so he knew that we was gonna win. Okay? Did anybody tell you that on Resurrection Sunday? He played all the roles, right? And he did not let the devil know. Found the scripture tell me that he told the devil, "Hey, I'm God." Because even the devil addressed him. He said, "Hey, son of man, what you here for? You coming here before your time." Right? That's what he said to him. It's in the word. What you here for? But see, here's the thing. This would have made me curious when Jesus told the devil, shut your mouth up. What authority do you have other than God? See, he give you to tell me shut up, and I shut up.